everyone, as promised I'm going to swatch out a few things that I got in the recent Jackson's haul. So let's start with the Ecoline Watercolors. I've got 3 new colors. So one is grey. There are different grey ones available. I saw some warm grey, some cool grey, pastel grey even, so you can shop around to see what you like. This is really nice. It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's a cool or a warm. I'd say it's sort of in the middle. And let me do at its darkest. It's not a very dark grey for sure. It's not sort of one that kind of can look like black and then you sort of water it out to make it look lighter. This is a color that you can use as it is, and I think it's really beautiful. In fact, I'm going to do like a watercolor wash with it as well, and just trying to find a brush. I started using my Neptune brushes, and they're really lovely to use. Although for swatches I think I'll just go for the Jackson's Quill. I like using this brush for swatches. Okay, I'm going to take out most part of the water and just do a nice little organic swatch. So it's a really lovely grey. Yeah, that would look really lovely with a lot of pinks and all of that. So that's quite good. Okay, next color. Let's go for the Mahogany. That is really intense and beautiful. So at its darkest, you can see it can get to a really dark value, and then I'll do a bit of watercoloring here. Wow, that is beautiful. Thank you so much. I don't remember your name. Like I said, I remember the conversations and the subjects, but I don't remember all the names. But oh my gosh, thank you so much for recommending it. It is gorgeous. It is really beautiful. Just as a comparison with the reddish brown, I prefer this one. She matches my nails really well. I'm now a proud owner of this lovely little basket filled with, and one extra here, with Ecoline. So let me just find the reddish brown to swatch it as a comparison. Was this one? Yes, reddish brown. Okay. So let's just put it next to it. On first sight, it almost looks similar, but it's not. So it's not as intense, and it's got more kind of red to it. This one has more of a burgundy to it, I'd say. Okay, now I'm quite excited to try the gold. So I'll just... There's not much you can do with gold because it's a different texture. So it is really beautiful though. It's a light, it's like more of a champagne gold. It's not too yellow. It's super intense, and you can see it's really creamy, so you could make it really nice and opaque. Really beautiful. And would be interesting to play with it and let it sort of go into the color a tiny bit, see what happens. Do you know what? I'm just going to play here a little. Get all 3 colors moving into one another, see what happens. Just like that. And then the gold somewhere here too. Let's see, I'll just dab it in a few areas. And then use my brush. so it doesn't sort of flow very quickly because it's a heavier concoction of something. I don't know what it is. Is it a pigment? It's probably still a dye, but it behaves more like gouache paint, if that makes sense. Let's see, what does it say here? Yeah, it doesn't say anything different to the watercolors, liquid watercolor it says, but it's beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just make this a little bit more watery. Oh, wow, check this out. That's just super gorgeous. Of course, the gold looks the best when it's fully dried, but I'm just going to show it to you what it looks like in a minute. So now with the gold, I'll be able to play and create some interesting mixes. Okay, let me quickly go and clean out the water because it's nice and shimmery now, and I don't want to contaminate the watercolors, although one of them is also shimmery. Anyways, I'm coming back. This is such a beautiful, like, winter and Christmassy color theme, more of a modern one, just as it is. Okay, so I am back. Now let's start with, let's just start Paralleline Maroon. This is so interesting. When I got these colors, I didn't think obviously of creating a certain color palette, but it's so interesting to me how it happens like naturally lately. You'll see, I just realized once I put all those colors in a swatch, all of them will look so beautiful together. Okay, so let's start with the Paralleline Maroon. I have a feeling it's going to be really intense. And then I'm also going to get the Hematite Violet Genuine out. Oh, this is a thicker paint. And then Duochrome Autumn Mystery. Oh my gosh, don't do that. It is Duochrome, and I'll have to put it on a piece of paper where I can use this up. Oh my gosh, I am so happy I got this. This is definitely nothing like I have already. So it's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna just let the tube sit a little bit here because I don't want to contaminate my water just yet. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Paralleline Maroon. This is beautiful. It's exactly like that Napthamide Maroon, just more of a red tone. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to see what kind of intensity I can get here. That's just so pretty. What a pungent color. Okay, next one, Hematite Violet Genuine. I wonder if that's enough here. It's quite thick. Now that's very pretty, and it's sort of very much a grey tone, as you can see. So this one separates beautifully and granulates. So I'm just going to move it out, see what happens. Yes, I already can see the separation and granulation. Right, I'm ready now for this beautiful, whatever it is. I mean, it's stunning. I can see the color change from this like a green duochrome. So duochrome means that there are like a color shift to it. So I can see peach, but I can see there's something else, like a green, or yeah, like a greenish color, which is really interesting. So let me try. Oh, that is beautiful. So it's more unique than just the copper because it has a beautiful color shift. So depending on which angle you look at it, it has that, I'd say, like a greenish gold type of a shift. It is really pretty, and as it's must tone, it has that peachiness to it, so that's very nice indeed. All right, so we have that done, and now, and look at this, this is so pretty. I wonder if you can see it color shifting. It's a bit naughty, doesn't want to focus too much. Okay, well, anyway, I think you get the idea. I'll show you later when it's all dried up. Let's move on to the Sennelier. So now, what should I tell you? So basically, obviously, there's no pigment info on the Ecolines. The pigment info on the Daniel Smith for the Paralleline Maroon is, it's a PR 179. So just one single pigment. That's pretty good. And then when we look at this beautiful concoction, which is the Hematite Violet Genuine, of course there's going to be many, I assume. No, hold on, it's a Primatech, so it's a genuine color. So apparently dug up from a genuine hematite, it says here, and just mixed with the Gamma Arabic. So that's that. And then we have Duochrome Autumn Mystery, and that one, what does it say? It says silica coated with titanium white. Interesting. Well, whatever it is, it must be some sort of mica pigments or something, I don't know. Okay, so Sennelier Oil Sticks. Now this is, what is the color again? Flesh Ochre. Caucasian flash, obviously. So we have here PW6, PY42 and PR101. So it's going to be opaque. Oh, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's going to blend some beautiful blends. So with these little sponges, the good thing is you can cut them and create a clean edge if you don't want to. So here we go. That's quite pretty. And I'm going to build it up just here on the side a little, just to show its sort of full intensity and texture effect as well. So that's really pretty. Gorgeous color. Gorgeous on its own, and then would be gorgeous to blend as well. And then we're moving on to the Burnt Sienna, which is PBR23, PB29 and PY1:1. I haven't met an ugly burnt sienna. They are always such a beautiful color. So because it's a sponge as opposed to finger, how I like to use them before, keep in mind they will eat up a bit of the pigment, and so you'll need to build up if you wanted that intensity to be still there. So it's like just takes a little bit more. I mean, you get so much in here that that's not a problem at all. How gorgeous is this color? Can we just all take a second to admire it? Beautiful. And then finally a green. I am quite into a bit of green at the minute to add to the color palette. So this is the PG7 PR101 PB15:3, and it's the olive green. So let's see, I have no idea what to expect. Olive greens can come in all sorts of colors, color variations. Some brands interpret them quite differently, so we will see now. I think so far it's the kind of the right color, I'd say. Just going to cut the color off here. Yeah, so that's that's exactly actually the color. Not a olive green in my opinion. It needs to be a bit more yellow to be olive green, but it's a green that I want to add to my winter palette. So I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, there we go. That's quite gorgeous. And then what I could do, just for fun, is what I like doing, is blending them a little. So let's just have some fun here. I don't know what we're going to get out of this, especially the green with the burnt sienna, but let's go for it. I mean, this can't be bad. There you go, blends beautifully, and then I'll use this corner from burnt sienna. So what you may find with the sponge is that it takes away that glossiness, but again, what you can do, what I find helps a lot, is just go and build up a second layer, and that way you still can maintain the glossiness. And remember that not all of them have the same finish. For instance, this pink is quite opaque, so it's on a matte side more than, for instance, the olive green and the burnt sienna. So they do blend beautifully. And I don't know if you can see the texture on the top here. That's how it's going to dry in a couple of days. It takes about 2 days when you build up a bit of volume there and you know, dimension. So that's it for today. I mean, how beautiful. Oh, I just realized I was going to show you the copper, or not the copper, the Duochrome Autumn Mystery, and see if you can pick it up on the camera. These things are usually quite hard to pick up, but there is a color shift from like a peachy pink into a greeny gold. There. I don't know if I think that's as much as I could show it. And then, of course, this one looks really beautiful as well. The, what's that? Hematite Violet Genuine. My memory is horrific today. This one looks a little bit, what's it called? A bit stripy, or streaky rather. And so I think what I'm going to do is just build up a second layer, because I'm pretty sure you can make it opaque. Yeah. I guess you just need to play with it and not use much water. But I'm honestly not sure if I'd go with this particular product to create an opaque kind of thing. I think what I would use it for is maybe a small doodling, like with a brush, just applying maybe little dots or something like that. But particularly, I think what it works best for is this sort of a thing where you charge it into still wet watercolors, or apply it to still like a wet swatch where the color will move a little bit but not too much, so you can create kind of like gold doodles and stuff. I think this is what it's best for. I would personally not recommend it. This is kind of first impressions as well. I haven't had a chance to play with it, but from what I can see so far, I don't think I would recommend it as a full-on kind of, you know, gold where you are going to create an opaque, you know, piece of swatch or something like that. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.